Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare quarter-dollar coins, cause some of these coins hold an incredible history, and some are worth millions. So today, we are gonna uncover the rarest varieties and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. On top one today, we have something extraordinary for you. A coin that's hiding right under your nose in your spare change, yet it could be worth a small fortune. We're talking about the 1974 United States quarter dollar. If you have one of these in your collection, or even stashed away in a jar, you may be sitting on a treasure trove of wealth without even realizing it. Let's explore why this seemingly ordinary quarter is anything but average, and how you could make thousands from it. Let's rewind to the year 1974, an interesting time in American history. The nation was in the midst of political change, with President Richard Nixon navigating the final year of his presidency amidst the Watergate scandal. While major historical events were unfolding, the U.S. Mint was busy creating a series of coins that would, decades later, intrigue collectors and numismatists alike. The 1974 quarter dollar was released as part of the U.S. Mint's regular production for that year, and at the time, it was just another coin to be used for everyday transactions. Little did anyone know, this quarter would soon become the subject of intense interest. Fast forward to today, and certain 1974 quarters have become highly sought after by collectors, especially those that stand out due to unique characteristics or minting errors. These are the coins that can make you a fortune. But what exactly sets the 1974 quarter apart from the millions of others that were produced in the same year? It's all about rarity, condition, and an intriguing little feature that makes this coin a collector's dream. Let's talk about the design first. The 1974 quarter, like all quarters minted since 1932, features the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, front, side of the coin. The design by John Flanagan has become one of the most recognizable in American numismatic history. On the reverse, back, side of the coin, you'll find a majestic eagle, its wings outstretched, proudly holding arrows and an olive branch. The eagle symbolizes strength, unity, and freedom, values that have always been at the heart of America's identity. This design hasn't changed much since its creation in 1932, and it's one of the reasons why quarters remain a beloved and symbolic part of U.S. currency. Now, the reason the 1974 quarter is generating so much buzz in the collecting world is because of a rare error that occurred during the minting process. Some 1974 quarters were struck with an unusual feature: double die error. This means that the coin was accidentally struck twice with the same die, causing parts of the design to be slightly offset or double stamped. The result is a coin that looks slightly distorted or blurry in places, but in the world of numismatics, this imperfection actually increases the coin's value significantly. As with most rare coins, the more unique the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. You might be thinking, how common are these errors? Well, not very common at all. The 1974 double die error was one that only affected a limited number of quarters, making them incredibly rare and highly desirable among coin collectors. In fact, these error coins have become the holy grail for some numismatists, with people willing to pay top dollar just to add one to their collection. But the value of your 1974 quarter doesn't only depend on whether or not it has a minting error. The condition of the coin plays a huge role too. Coins that are well preserved, free from scratches, dents, and other signs of wear, are always worth more than those that have been used in daily transactions. A coin in excellent, uncirculated condition could be worth much more than a coin that has been heavily worn, even if both have the same error. So, what kind of price are we talking about here? Well, if you happen to have a 1974 quarter with a double die error in near-perfect condition, or if you have one that's been certified as an uncirculated specimen, brace yourselves, it could fetch an astounding amount of money. In fact, the most valuable examples of these coins have sold for as much as $75,000. Yes, you heard that right, $75,000 for a single quarter. It's hard to believe that something as small and ordinary as a coin can hold such immense value. But in the world of rare coins, the right piece at the right time can change your financial life forever. Imagine stumbling upon this gem in a coin jar, or finding it in an old box of loose change. It's a collector's dream come true. Now, Before you rush to check your change drawer, keep in mind that not every 1974 quarter is going to be worth a fortune. Only a select few with the error, or those in pristine condition, will command the high prices we've talked about today. But if you do find one, make sure to get it appraised by a professional numismatist. A certified expert can tell you exactly what your coin is worth, and they'll help you navigate the world of coin selling if you choose to part with it. We wrap up today's video. I want to remind you that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. A small, seemingly insignificant coin can hold untold value if it has the right combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance. And when it comes to the 1974 US quarter dollar, you just might have a treasure hiding in plain sight. On top 2, we're diving into a coin that may be sitting right under your nose, possibly worth far more than you ever imagined. Yes, we're talking about the 1979 United States quarter dollar. While this coin might look like any other quarter you've come across, there's something unique about it that makes it a highly coveted piece in the world of numismatics. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much this quarter could be worth. Let's start with a little history. The 1979 US quarter dollar was part of the regular circulation of coins produced by the US Mint as part of the usual yearly coinage. The coin features the well-known design of George Washington on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse. These designs are classics that have graced the quarter since 1932. While most of these quarters were used in everyday transactions and are still found in pocket change today, a few of them, due to certain rare factors, have become something much more. 1979 was an interesting time in the United States. It was the tail end of the 1970s, an era marked by economic turbulence, the aftermath of the Vietnam War, and the beginning of a new political and economic landscape. The U.S. Mint was also experiencing changes in its production processes, which would lead to some unusual and valuable coins being created. Some of these 1979 quarters were struck with errors that would make them extraordinarily rare and valuable today. So, what makes the 1979 quarter dollar stand out? It's all about rarity, condition, and a few special features that occurred during the minting process. While the vast majority of 1979 quarters were produced in large numbers and circulated widely, there are certain examples that were affected by minting errors. These errors, while often subtle, can turn a seemingly ordinary coin into a rare treasure. The most sought-after 1979 quarters are those that exhibit a double die error. This error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing the design to appear more than once, slightly offset. In the case of the 1979 quarter, this could result in Washington's image or the eagle looking blurred, doubled, or misaligned. This type of error is extremely rare, which is why it's highly prized among collectors. But what's even more interesting is that there are different types of errors that can occur with the 1979 quarter, each with its own unique characteristics. Some examples of this coin have been found with over-polished dies, which makes the coin look shiny and smooth in certain areas. These variants can add significant value to the coin, especially when they're in near-perfect condition. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. As with any collectible, the value of a 1979 quarter is heavily influenced by its state of preservation. A coin that has been kept in excellent condition, free from scratches, dings, and wear from circulation, can fetch a much higher price than one that has been used for daily transactions. The most valuable coins are those that are in mint or near-mint condition, those that have been carefully stored and preserved for decades. If you find a 1979 quarter that has a noticeable error or is in uncirculated condition, you could be in for a surprise. What kind of surprise, you ask? Well, these rare and pristine coins have been known to fetch remarkable prices in the collector's market. One of the highest recorded sales for a 1979 quarter, one that featured an error and was in perfect condition, was an eye-popping sum of $70,000. That's right, $70,000. You heard me correctly. A single 1979 quarter, with the right error and in top-notch condition, could be worth an incredible $70,000. It's hard to believe that a simple coin, something that you've likely held in your hand countless times, could be worth so much. But in the world of rare coins, these things do happen, and the right coin can change a collector's life. So, what should you do if you have a 1979 quarter on hand? First, take a close look at the coin. Does it have any noticeable doubling, blurring, or misalignment? Is it in great shape, with little to no signs of wear? If so, it might just be worth getting it appraised by a professional. A certified coin dealer or numismatist can help you determine whether your quarter is a valuable error coin or just a regular one. Before you rush to sell it, though, make sure to get it properly graded. A coin's grade, or condition, is essential to its value. Coins that are graded as uncirculated or mint state will be worth far more than those that are heavily worn. Having your coin professionally graded can help ensure that you get the best price if you decide to sell. To wrap things up, let me remind you that coin collecting isn't just about searching for coins that are old or rare. It's about finding those hidden gems that can be worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1979 quarter dollar may seem like just another coin, but if you're lucky enough to find one with an error or in pristine condition, you could be holding on to something worth a small fortune. Check your spare change, dig through your coin collections, and take a second look at that 1979 quarter. It just might be your ticket to a $70,000 treasure. On top 3, we're going to talk about a coin that may be hiding right in your pockets or drawers, and you may not even realize how valuable it is. It's the 1983 United States quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin could be worth thousands of dollars, and by the end of this video, you'll be amazed to learn just how much it could be worth. Stick around as we dive into the fascinating details of the 1983 quarter and why it's become such a sought-after piece in the numismatic world. The 1983 quarter was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint was producing coins for regular circulation, just like it does every year. At first glance, the 1983 quarter looks like every other quarter in circulation. It features the timeless portrait of George Washington on the obverse, and on the reverse, we see the majestic eagle, which has represented the strength and resilience of the nation since 1932. These elements are part of the classic design that most of us are familiar with when we think of the quarter. However, what many people don't realize is that there's something special about the 1983 quarter that can make it extraordinarily valuable to collectors. So, what sets this coin apart from millions of others that were produced that year? Well, the key factor here is an unexpected minting error that occurred in some of the 1983 quarters. These error coins are what make the 1983 quarter so desirable among collectors and numismatists alike. The error in question is known as the pre-1982 copper core error. This is one of the most fascinating mistakes in modern U.S. coinage. In 1983, the U.S. Mint switched to using a copper-nickel clad composition for the quarter, moving away from the older, heavier copper core used in coins before that time. However, a handful of quarters that were struck in 1983 accidentally contained the older copper core, which made them distinct from the rest of the coins produced that year. These 1983 quarters with the copper core are rare and highly sought after because they represent a unique transitional period in the mint's history. If you happen to have one of these error coins, you are in possession of something extremely valuable. The rarity of this coin, combined with its historical significance, makes it one of the top targets for collectors looking to add rare pieces to their collections. But the story doesn't end there. The condition of the coin plays an enormous role in determining its value. A quarter that's been used in everyday transactions for decades is likely to show signs of wear, which reduces its worth. On the other hand, if you happen to find a 1983 quarter in excellent condition, perhaps one that's been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth significantly more. Coins that are free from scratches, dents, and heavy circulation marks are always valued higher by collectors. Now, you might be wondering, how much can a 1983 quarter with this minting error actually be worth? Well, when a coin is rare, in great condition, and has a historical error like this one, the price can skyrocket. While most 1983 quarters are worth just a quarter, about 25 cents, those with the copper core error can fetch a much higher price. In fact, a perfectly preserved, error-free example could be worth around $65,000. Yes, you heard me correctly, $65,000 for a single 1983 quarter. That's how much one of these rare, error coins has been sold for in top condition at auction. This just goes to show that a coin that you might find in your loose change could end up being a serious payday if it has the right attributes to SO. How do you know if you have one of these valuable 1983 quarters? Start by carefully inspecting the coin. Look at the weight and feel of the coin. If it feels unusually heavy or the edges seem different from the rest, there's a chance it may contain that rare copper core. But the best way to confirm if you've got a coin worth thousands of dollars is to take it to a professional numismatist for appraisal. If you're lucky enough to find one of these error coins, make sure to get it professionally graded. The condition of your coin plays a huge role in its value, so a certified grading can help you understand its true worth. And remember, collectors are always looking for coins that are as close to perfect as possible. So the better the condition, the higher the price. To recap. If you happen to have a 1983 US quarter in your collection, especially one with the rare copper core error, you could be holding on to a small treasure. These coins are incredibly rare, and when found in excellent condition, they can fetch staggering prices in the marketplace. So, before you toss those quarters aside, take a moment to check them closely. You never know. You might have a $65,000 coin hiding right under your nose. Coin collecting can sometimes seem like a treasure hunt, and you just might have found your golden ticket. On top 4, we're about to talk about a coin that could be hiding right in your pocket, worth way more than you might think. I'm talking about the 1986 United States quarter dollar, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but when you dig a little deeper, it's anything but. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this quarter is one of the most sought-after coins in the collecting world. Let's start with some background. The 1986 quarter was minted as part of the regular circulation of coins produced by the U.S. Mint, so there's nothing particularly special about it in terms of design. As with all quarters produced from 1932 onward, it features the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse. On the reverse side, we see the iconic eagle, representing the strength and unity of the United States. These designs have become so familiar to us, they're almost invisible in everyday transactions. But that's the trick. Sometimes the most overlooked coins can actually be the most valuable. So, what makes the 1986 quarter different? The key lies in an error that occurred during the minting process, one that would make this coin incredibly rare and worth thousands of dollars. While the vast majority of 1986 quarters are still in circulation today, a small percentage of these coins were affected by a striking error that has since become a holy grail for collectors. The error in question is known as the clad layer separation. Let me explain what that means. The U.S. Mint uses a method called clad coinage, which involves sandwiching a layer of copper between two layers of nickel to create the quarters. However, in some 1986 quarters, the nickel and copper layers didn't bond properly during the minting process. This caused parts of the quarter to exhibit noticeable separation between the layers, creating a coin with a unique look. The result? A quarter that is not only rare but visually striking. Coins with this error can sometimes show a visible line or a peeling effect along the edges, where the copper core is exposed. These coins are often referred to as layered error coins, and they're highly sought after by collectors who understand their rarity and value. What makes these error coins so interesting to collectors is their uniqueness. Every clad layer separation error coin is different, and that's what makes them so valuable. A coin with a minor separation might not be worth as much as one with a more pronounced error, so the extent of the separation plays a significant role in determining how much the coin will be worth. Coins that display more of the exposed copper core are considered more desirable, and they can fetch a pretty penny in the market. But it's not just the error that makes the 1986 quarter special, it's also about the condition of the coin. Like any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the price. A quarter that's been in circulation for years, bouncing around in pockets or coin jars, may show signs of wear and tear, which reduces its value. However, a 1986 quarter that has been carefully preserved, free from scratches, scuffs, and discoloration, can be worth a lot more. A coin in mint or near mint condition, especially if it's one of these rare error coins, could be worth thousands. So, how much could a 1986 quarter with a clad layer separation error be worth? When you combine rarity, condition, and the uniqueness of the error, you're looking at a coin that could fetch a staggering sum. In fact, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin, a 1986 quarter with this type of error can be worth up to $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single 1986 quarter. It's hard to believe that something as simple as a coin could carry such value. But in the world of coin collecting, this kind of rarity and error is exactly what collectors are hunting for. A single mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a small fortune. If you happen to have a 1986 quarter, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Check the coin carefully for any signs of layer separation or any other unusual features that could indicate an error. It's always a good idea to get the coin professionally graded and appraised by a numismatist or certified coin dealer to determine its true value. A certified grading will not only help you understand how much your coin is worth, but will also give you peace of mind that it's being assessed accurately. Now, you might be wondering how common these error coins really are. While the 1986 quarter with a clad layer separation error is not something you'll find every day, they are rare enough to make them highly valuable to collectors. As time goes on, these error coins become even harder to find, which is why their value continues to increase. In summary, the 1986 quarter dollar is much more than just a piece of currency. If you have one with a clad layer separation error, you could be holding on to a small fortune. The rarity of the error, combined with the coin's historical significance and condition, makes it a prime target for collectors. Next time you come across a 1986 quarter in your pocket change or in an old jar of coins, don't just toss it aside. Take a moment to inspect it closely. You might just find a $60,000 coin hiding in plain sight. On Top 5, we're going to dive into a coin that might be sitting in your change jar right now, completely overlooked. The 1993 United States quarter dollar. While it may look like any other coin, there's something special about it that makes it stand out in the world of rare coins. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll be blown away by just how much this quarter could be worth. The 1993 quarter is part of the usual series of quarters minted by the U.S. Mint, and at first glance, it might seem like just another regular coin. It has the classic design featuring George Washington's portrait on the obverse and the eagle on the reverse, both of which have been a part of the quarter's design since 1932. It's familiar, right? But here's the catch. This coin holds some secrets that make it far more valuable than its face value would suggest. You see, coin collectors aren't just interested in coins because they're old or rare. They're also drawn to specific coins that have unique features, errors, or imperfections that set them apart from the standard issue. And the 1993 quarter is one of those coins. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters in 1993, there's a specific variation of this coin that has caught the attention of collectors worldwide. The key to the 1993 quarter's value lies in an error that occurred during the minting process. Many of these coins were struck with a subtle but significant mistake, making them far rarer than the majority of 1993 quarters. This error is known as the repunched mint mark, which is a result of the die used to strike the coin being misaligned or reused incorrectly. When the die was struck a second time, the mint mark, the letter indicating where the coin was made, was imprinted again, creating a slight double effect. This error is not immediately obvious, but when you examine the coin carefully, you may be able to see the faint outlines of a second mint mark beneath the original one. What makes this error so desirable among collectors is the rarity of finding one in good condition. A coin with a repunched mint mark is a small mistake, but that tiny mistake can make a world of difference in the value of the coin. Collectors know that finding a coin with an error like this is a bit like finding a diamond in the rough, which is why they're always on the lookout for these elusive coins. Another factor that contributes to the value of the 1993 quarter is its condition. As with any collectible, the state of the coin plays a huge role in how much it will fetch on the market. A quarter that has been in circulation for decades and is covered in scratches, dings, and wear from being used as currency will be worth much less than a quarter in pristine condition. Uncirculated or near-mint condition coins, on the other hand, can command much higher prices, especially if they have a rare minting error. Now, let's talk about how much this rare 1993 quarter can actually be worth. While a typical 1993 quarter is worth its standard value of 25 cents, a coin with the repunched mint mark error, especially in excellent condition, can fetch a staggering price at auction. In fact, the most valuable examples of this coin have been known to sell for as much as $55,000. That's right, $55,000 for a single 1993 quarter. You may be thinking, is that really possible for a quarter? Well, in the world of rare coin collecting, it absolutely is. The combination of a unique error, the coin's historical significance, and its condition can make it a valuable asset for collectors who are willing to pay top dollar to complete their collections. If you think you might have one of these valuable error coins, now's the time to take a closer look. Start by examining the mint mark on your 1993 quarter. If you notice a slight doubling or shadow of another mint mark underneath the main one, you could be holding onto a rare error coin. However, to get an accurate assessment of its value, it's a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by a certified numismatist or dealer. Grading helps determine the coin's condition, which is crucial when determining its worth. Additionally, you may want to look for other signs of rarity in the coin. A coin with a clean strike, no scratches, and no where will always be more valuable than one that's been well used. If your 1993 quarter looks like it's come straight from the mint, it's definitely worth checking its market value. As we wrap up, I want to remind you that coin collecting is about more than just finding old coins. It's about discovering rare and unique pieces that have hidden value. The 1993 quarter dollar with a repunched mint mark error is a perfect example of this. What may seem like a simple coin can, in fact, be worth a small fortune if it has the right characteristics. So, if you have a 1993 quarter, or even just a collection of old quarters lying around, make sure to check them closely. You might just have a $55,000 coin in your hands without even realizing it. Who knows what treasures could be hidden in your change? Thanks for joining me today. If you found this video interesting, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another coin discovery. Until next time, happy collecting and best of luck with your treasure hunt.